Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here of Tribal Trades, the daily show. And today we ask the question, do we fly in July? Now, historically, June has been a little bit of a dumpy, bottomy month, and July has tended to be where we see some upside in the market. Now, historically, over the last 5 years, that's tended to happen. The lows tended to bottom out sometime in the first week of July, which is that has happened. However, except for 2021, which was, of course, a post-halving year, which 2025 is a post-halving year also. And that, of course, was later in July, right near in the last third of the month. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not we have bottomed out already. Is the low for July already in for Bitcoin, which would be the 2nd of July there, or are we going to see a lower low later in the month? I want to hear your thoughts there on what you think might possibly happen for July. And of course, we have seen the tariffs delayed again from July 9th, I believe, to early August. Will that play a part in the news cycle that can influence the markets? Certainly that will play a part, in my opinion, but how much of a part? And is the markets becoming a little bit of immune to these tariffs and the tariff news? We'll just keep an eye on that. What you can see with Bitcoin here is, first and foremost, a couple of good things. Number one, we are above the 9 EMA on the daily. Now, of course, when the 9 crosses the 20, that's generally been good news. You can see the last time the 9 crossed the 20 over here. Of course, Bitcoin had to cross the 9 first, and then the 9 crossed the 20, and then we had some nice upside. Here we've kind of the 9 and the 20 have been under, over, under, and that's given us a bit of chop, a bit of range trading to the upside and the downside in between 110 and 100,000. We have been range trading here. We do have a little bit of a bullish pennant there. I do have a breakout target, and we are currently retesting the top of that trend line. You can see the Tribal Trades trend line, one trend line to rule them all. And of course, that does just happen to be around about where the 9 EMA. So 108,000 is crucial to hold the line. That's my line in the sand to maintain this bullish momentum. If we were to lose 108,000, we're going to lose the 9 EMA. And therefore, that's going to curl back over. And we're going to see something similar to this and this over here, where it curled back and went under, and then it brings back. So it's a little bit of chop going on there. However, if we do hold the line here, this Tribal Trades trend line is about 108,350 at the moment, which is just above the 9 EMA on the daily. Technical target to there is about 117,000. I have pointed out on numerous shows before on the weekly time frame that we do have that inverse head and shoulders, and that technical target to the upside is going to be a beautiful one, about 145,000 to the upside. There's the left shoulder, the right head, and the right shoulder. There's a very, very clear inverse head and shoulders, extremely bullish. So to break above the neckline there, I'm looking at about 112,000 there. So for a move to this 117 level, obviously to hold that above that 108,300 level for Bitcoin. Now, obviously, if we go up to, if this does break out, and this wedge pattern does break to the upside and go to 117, obviously that validates this inverse head and shoulders, and we should see a nice move upwards to that 130, 140 region. Of course, nothing is up in a straight line there, of course. However, Bitcoin is looking bullish. Bitcoin is looking bullish, and I would expect some more bullish this near for Bitcoin. Of course, anything can happen. The news can break something. All we need is a new conflict out there. We had Middle East conflict there. We've had the tariffs. And of course, it will be interesting to see how that all plays out with Bitcoin. Let's talk about altcoins for a moment that we have. Now, we do have a little bit of, this is bullish. It's bullish in a sense that we're above the 9 EMA on the daily. Now, look what happens when altcoins go below the 9 EMA. That brings the 9 EMA below the 20, and look what happens. Off we go to the downside. And of course, we had that beautiful Tribal Trades buy signal on the 23rd of June there, but we did have those yellow warnings signals there, and waiting now for another bullish reversal pattern yet at the moment, but that would be a nice little light blue arrow that I'd be looking for as for bullishness there. However, what you can see is we are stuck below the 50, and stuck below the 50 is not good because that's going to keep going down, and that's going to move away now from the 200-day moving average. We are trying to get a golden cross here, desperately trying to get a golden cross here, not happening at the moment, okay? So we're really needing a break above the 50-day moving average. That's now obviously staying above the 9 EMA is crucial. We're above that at 1.14 trillion. And that's great, and that also the 9 above the 20, and that's bullish because, of course, when we saw the 9 go above the 20, look at that beautiful move to the upside. However, getting stuck at the 50 at the first point of resistance, and a few times there we've kind of bashed away. Now that can weaken, but we do need to push up, and if we can get above the 50 and stay above the 50 will cross above the 200, and then that's where we get that golden cross and that move to the upside. And maybe we do get a bit of an inverse head and shoulders here. We've got a shoulder ahead, and maybe we can create another shoulder on the right hand side like we do for Bitcoin on the daily. However, on the weekly time frame, it does paint a little bit of a different picture. It is still bearish there just because we have the head and shoulders pattern on the head and the right shoulder. Now that doesn't mean that it has to play out. That actually isn't close to playing out. That would need to come right down probably below 1 trillion there to get me a little bit fearful of that. So I think for right now that's looking quite good. And again, we do need that cross, the 50 above the 200. Obviously, when this was coming down here, that looked like that was going to play out, and then we found some support and we've popped up. There is a little bit of a bullish momentum indicator again that came in on around the 23rd of June there on the weekly time frame. So it's just a matter of seeing how that plays out. I'm not doing a song and dance just yet for the altcoins there. I think we'll just have to wait and see what Bitcoin does. We'll have to wait and see how this month plays out. But I think the signs there are positive that we are starting to see some upside. Now, for me, remember, altcoins are not, it's not a hold for me. Altcoins are not a hold, they're a trade. They're a trade. So it was about getting in here, and then when we had a bearish reversal, getting out and still out. Obviously, if we would see this break above the 50-day moving average here, it would give us a possible light blue arrow to the upside and give us another bullish reversal. So right now we're on a bearish reversal pattern. There's that light blue signal. It didn't last for long there. It was a little bit of a fake out. You can just see it hiding in there. I'm trying to see if I can zoom in there on that. There it is there, just hiding in there. We want to see another little light blue there on the tribal trades signals indicator there. That's what I'm looking for that. But right now we don't have it. We'll wait and see what happens there with the 50-day moving average. We do need a break above that. So we could see this is of course a nice V-shaped recovery. So that is also bullish. And it would be nice to see a break above this 1.19 trillion. We get above there, and we're certainly going to get that golden cross. So altcoins, I'm in a holding pattern. I'm waiting on the scene of Gladiator. Wait, and then all go. And so, of course, I will update there in the Tribal Trades Discord once I get back into any of these altcoin trades. That will be the first place that I will update. Now let's have a look at one altcoin that has been quite bullish of late, which is Solana. And Solana does have an inverse head and shoulders on the daily pattern with a technical target to the upside there of 188, and that will be a trade that I'll look to get in. I want to look at the break of 155. What do I want? 155? That's the 50-day moving average, and that's also about where the neckline is for this inverse head and shoulders move. A break above the 50-day and a hold above that also will bring in the golden cross, because that will move the 50 above the 200 there for the golden cross, and that could be a nice move to the upside there. And we do have the most recent signal here for Solana. We do have a bullet, but it has been quite choppy. You can see there again, We got this bullish reversal signal around about that 130s area. What a great entry that would have been for Solana. We had followed by a couple of bearish reversal patterns. We have a bullish reversal pattern here. Let's quick to the weekly time frame and see what we have here. Yes, we do have a bullish reversal pattern here on the weekly time frame. So I'm going to see how that continues to play out. And of course, I do again with Solana, we have the W pattern, the W bottom pattern, where we have this, the left side of the W is lower than the right side of the W. Again, that is quite bullish. Solana has one of the better setups there, and I will be looking to take a trade on the break of that 155. Let's look at one other, which is Bonk, of course, and Bonk has the same WW pattern, WW bottom pattern, the left W and the right W, the right side is higher, so we have a higher low there. We are getting into a little bit of oversold territory, but it can stay in there for a while. Sometimes it can be a warning signal there that we are getting a reversal soon there, but I do think this is still quite bullish for Solana. We don't have any sell signal, Bonk. We don't have any bearish reversal signal. Let's look on the daily time frame for Bonk here. And again, we are getting a little overcooked here. So we do want to be careful. I wouldn't be taking a trade just here. We have the 50-week moving average sitting at about 2190. That's with 4 zeros. A possible pullback and retest of this area. If we hold this level, maybe we can push to the upside, but we are starting to get a little bit over extended on this Bonk trade. But that was, again, the tribal trade signal gave that around about the 4012. That's almost 100% gain if you took it off the tribal trades indicator. And this is what makes this indicator so powerful. And this is your last day to get the indicator, because it is a paid indicator, and you can pay for it by signing up and joining Tribal Trades Discord, one Discord to rule them all. This is the final day, and then we will be closing access to the Discord. This is an exclusive trading, I usually say trading community, but I should say trading family, because it is it feels like family, just the incredible closeness of the community, everybody in there helping one another. Of course, we have the live sessions twice a week. Usually Tuesdays, Thursdays, sometimes on Mondays and Wednesdays, those live sessions with me where you can interact, ask questions, learn. And of course, they're all recorded so you can watch them at a later time, and also on the weekends twice a month for those people that can't make the lives during the week. So of course, there is the Tribal Trades indicator there. You would sign up for the Tribal Trades Discord. There is a link below in the description of this video. You might need to click the more button. That will pop out, and there will be a link there where you can sign up for the Tribal Trades Discord, and you get the indicator as part of the Tribal Trades Discord. Of course, if any time you happen to, and there's no lock-in. Some people ask me, well, I don't want to sign up for an extended. No, it's month to month. So you pay your first month, and if for some reason it's not the right fit for you, that's fine. We'll wish you all the best, and you can move on, and you don't renew your subscription, and you just would pay for that month. There's no lock-in period. There's no pressure. Of course, you lose the indicator if you were to leave the community. It is tied to the Tribal Trades Discord there. A bunch of other channels, of course. We have the trading course where you can learn the A to Z of trading. There is a new lesson that comes out generally once a week. There'll be a new lesson for the Tribal Trades University trading course there. And of course, all the stocks and crypto plays that we have, stock plays, crypto plays, investing signals, where I share my personal trades that I'm taking if you want to follow along with my trades. And we also have some bots in here that give setups in here as well for crypto signals and stock signals on more the shorter time frames there. If you missed today, unfortunately, it will be a wait list, and you'll have to wait for the next time that we're able to open up the Tribal Trades Discord there. Right, well, that is all we have time for today. So until the next episode, or until I see you on the Discord, happy trading.